Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Exit Strategies Radio Show. I am your host, Corwin J. Millett, broker and owner of Exit Realty Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina. If this is your first time listening to this show, you, sir or ma'am, are in for a treat because our mission here is very simple. That is to empower our community through financial literacy and real estate education. We're legacy building. That is what we do. So if you're out there making things happen with your family for the generations yet to come, our word teaches us to leave a legacy, to leave an inheritance for our children, and so forth and so on. We want you to put a hashtag on that thing that says that you are legacy building, because that is what you are doing. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Anchor FM. You can also find us on Instagram, at our website, exitstrategiesradioshow.com. You can catch us in a number of different places on your favorite podcast applications. We appreciate you listening. Please share this content with your friends, your family, your coworkers, even those in your groups, your church groups, etc., guys, because sometimes the message and the word that we are speaking here today is for you. Sometimes it is for someone else that you know. Again, we appreciate you listening. Let's get started. Guys, and we are in, Exit Strategies Radio Show. Yes, guys. It is an honor and a pleasure to be back, quote unquote, as the old folks say, in the number one more again. We are super excited, guys, to pick up the conversation that we have going. Yes, that we have going with the City of Charleston, guys, on the programs that are available to you, the listeners, our community right here. All right. So, guys, look, last week we did. We had Ms. Bates, we have Ms. Peters in, and they're with us still. So we're right here because we're going to continue this conversation. So, guys, for those of you who were listening last week, if you didn't, you missed that episode, I want you to go back. I want you to go to Exit Strategies Radio Show. I want you to listen to that episode because it will bring you straight into this. I want you to go to wjnigospel.com. Yes, for the podcast tab down, found Exit Strategies Radio Show. Pick us up there, or go to your favorite podcast app, guys, and locate us there. Also, our YouTube channel, guys, we're about there. So make sure you check that out as well and pull down this information. We will start providing you guys links real soon on our website. And one of the links that we'll provide to you will be for these programs that we are talking about, guys. So I want you to pay attention. If you don't find it today, maybe today isn't the time that you want to bring that to bear. Keep coming back, keep looking on our website, Exit Strategies Radio Show, because we want to make sure that we share the information to you, not only through your ears, but we want to put it in front of you. They say you learn three different ways. You gotta hear it, you gotta write it, and you gotta read it. So we want to let you see it. We want to let you hear it, because look at you hearing it right now. And guys, look here, we want you to write that thing here down so this thing sticks and resonates with you. It is extremely important that you take this and apply it. Don't take it and let it sit, because then it'll go bad. It's like milk. You take out the refrigerator, it start to go bad immediately. We want to enjoy it, so we want to put it to work immediately for us. So, Ms. Bates, we were talking about the rehabilitation program for rentals. So if you don't mind, for our listeners, recap that program for us.
Okay, so the rental rehabilitation program, we will provide a $20,000 subsidy per unit to assist property owners with the cost to renovate their property, in that the owners are willing to rent it to low to moderate tenants. So what they have to do, those homeowners, is provide a copy of the plans and the specifications by an architect. They have to have a commitment letter from a bank to provide funding for the project, read construction cost estimates to complete the work, assist as long as they can rent that and give it to lease to low to moderate income tenants.
So let's utilize this as kind of an example, if you don't mind. So let's say that I'm going to utilize this as an example because, to be frank, I know we see this often. All right. So if let's say that a family member inherits a home in Charleston. Let's say they live elsewhere. They inherit a home here in Charleston, and they decide they want to rent the home out. Let's say the home needs carpet, paint, maybe a few carpentry repairs. Let's say maybe it even needs a roof, or maybe it needs a roof and painting or something of that nature. But either way, that the amount of the repair is less than 20,000, whatever that number may be. Can they apply to you under this program for funding?
Absolutely.
Okay, and they just have to agree to rent it to someone who fits. And if you don't mind, what income bracket does the person have to fit?
So that would be in the 80% income bracket. Okay. So in the 80% income bracket, the homeowner one person can make 46,000 and still qualify.
So basically what we're talking about is workforce housing. So
That's
if you are listening to this show and you inherited, have family that have a property in the city of Charleston, then and you are okay with, technically you can rent it and get the rental amount that you need to get. Then technically it don't matter what the person make to you. But if you're willing to work with this program, guys, you can get funding to help you to serve the community by helping someone workforce that may otherwise not be able to find reasonable and decent housing. And you, as a side benefit, get your home improved. Is that right?
That is correct.
Man, look here, man. Look here. Hold on. Look here. If I could dance, I'd be over here doing electric slide or something. I'd be getting down. Because that's like a no-brainer to me, especially in our community where we talked about a little bit about succession planning and stuff, but especially in light of, the opportunity. So when people automatically sell instead of looking to serve or looking to create opportunity. And I get it. You want to cash out, but the opportunity sometimes is greater. It's greater. It's a greater reward. So I don't want to spend, I don't want to take up a lot of time with that, but I think that is an awesome program. Where did y'all come up with this?
It's been around for a while.
Really? So look here, I'm feeling, hold on. So I'm trying, in my head right now, I'm thinking about who I'm going to call when we get off this show, who I'm calling in Charleston County, talking about, hey, what you doing with your mama's house? Oh, yeah, exactly. What you doing? Hey, I don't want to buy it. Don't be looking at me crazy. What we going to do with your mama's house? We're going to do something with your mama's house now. So that's kind of where I am with it, because it's a tremendous opportunity. Tremendous opportunity. So, all right. So look here, you snuck that one in on me because I wasn't ready. I was thinking we just helping the people that live in the house, but now we're going to help the people so we can get some renters in and help some of them too. Man, yes. Look here. Woo. So what else you got? Look here. See, I don't talk about listeners, guys. We talk about, look here, Ms. Bates, in her title, it says finance. That means money. She just busting us in the head with all that. Look here. Hey, look here. My head swole over here. She didn't get me so hard about this money today. So what other you got any other programs in there we need to know about?
We're working on some more, but that's all I have right now.
Good deal. Well, Ms. Bates, look, I appreciate it. So look here, guys, our listeners, look, we promised you a part 1 and a part 2. Guys, we are on a roll over here. So I got to bring Ms. Peters back in, and we got to talk a little bit more about the opportunities. So look, we're going to talk about to the people that got houses. Hey, we got money for you to do repairs, to make some improvements, and to help you get you a renter by fixing your house up a little bit. So Ms. Peters, let's talk about the homeownership piece. Now, remind our listeners, what do you do again?
I manage the first-time home buyer program for the City of Charleston. I work with the homeowners from the time they submit an application, determining whether or not they're eligible, whether they're mortgage ready, and providing them with opportunities for an actual house. We provide the house turnkey with everything in it. If you have nothing, you can just walk in and sleep on the floor, but you'll be getting a brand new house with everything in it that you can take all your life to put whatever you want in there. My job is to make sure that once your application comes in, at the end of this journey, you are a homeowner.
Look here, that is powerful right there. And look here, I know some people that even though they got a moving truck full of stuff, will sleep on the floor in their house. See, I'm talking with improper English. They, as in DEY, they house, because it's their house. So look here.
That's right.
Right there. So you provide a turnkey solution. If you don't, so for our listeners, in all fairness and directness, me and Ms. Peters go back now. Look here, she's been doing this thing here, like she done told you for 15 years, and I have either worked directly or indirectly with you, Ms. Peters, for a number of years in helping people achieve that dream of home ownership. And you guys do a phenomenal job at the City of Charleston. And Ms. Bates
Thank
on this
you.
rehab program, look here, I'm trying to figure out how I can make her know me a whole lot better too. And we're going to help somebody to get some of that money. But coming back on home ownership piece, you guys look to serve, is there a particular demographic, may not be the right term, but what are the parameters for your program in order for people to be able to qualify?
We serve people anywhere from 50% of the area median income to 120% of the income in the median income. So for a single person, that translates into anything from $25,000 to $69,800. Now, for the area median income right now is $81,000 for a family of four. And so at 120%, it goes up to $98,000. So the income range is really, long, but we have a wide net. And so we can capture a lot of families and help them to become eligible. One of the things is when you're on the lower end of the area median income, sometimes it's difficult to qualify for the first mortgage. So we work with partners we stack the financing. We might get a little from the state, we might get a little from the home loan bank, but the City of Charleston gives up to $50,000 in down payment assistance along with any other financing that we can secure or help the buyer secure. So we always do our best to make sure that all the families that we serve are able to, to get a house as long as they're able to, they want to work to get it. So, because it is work.
So if I was a cartoon character, when you said 50,000, my eyes would have came all the way out and then came all the way back. And it went out again and then it came back. Because $50,000 is a lot of money. And matter of fact, my eyes just got big because $50,000 is a lot of money. And that helps someone to better, I guess, let me not say more easily, but better afford the home that they may be looking or seeking to purchase. Now, your funds can be used where? Where are you allowed to use them at?
You mean where are we allowed to use the down payment assistance?
Yes, ma'am.
Within the City of Charleston city limits. So we have downtown, we have West Ashley. We have parts of James and Johns Island. Although we have no housing in parts of James and Johns Island yet, we just bought a whole 13 acres over in Johns Island, and that will be used for home ownership also. But if you look, most recent project is in the Maryville-Ashleyville area. We did 7 new houses there. We have some opportunities downtown that's becoming available. But we also have some opportunities in the Ardmore-Sherwood neighborhood in West Ashley that's going to be available in end of 2022-23. We're going to be building 10 townhomes over there on Juniper Street.
So look here. Our listeners, look here. I'm going to ask y'all all to hold tight for 1 second as we have quickly come up on our next break. But when we come back, I'm going to start talking junk, so y'all get ready. Guys, you're listening to Exit Strategies Radio Show. I want y'all to hold tight for 1 second, and we'll be right back.
For real estate agents, there's not much financial security. When the only income streams are taking listings and making sales, agents tend to live paycheck to paycheck, spending their commission in advance and rarely saving for the future. You're only as good as your last transaction, and when you stop selling, your income stops flowing. But all over the US and Canada, real estate professionals have discovered an additional revenue stream that fills in the gaps between closings and gives them a financial future that has never existed in real estate before. This new revenue stream is called sponsoring, and it's made possible by Exit Realty. Through sponsoring, agents earn residual income by introducing other agents to the Exit system. It's not a multi-level scheme. It's a proven single-level system that works a lot like it does in the music and insurance industries. You do the work once and get paid over and over again. For example, Mary is an agent with Exit Realty, and John is an agent with another brokerage. Mary thinks that John would enjoy working at Exit Realty too, so she introduces him to her broker, and he is hired. At Exit Realty, he will immediately start on a 70-30 commission split. That's 70% to him. As a reward, Mary will instantly receive a residual bonus paid by Exit Realty Corp. International every time John closes a deal as an Exit Realty agent. Mary's bonus is the equivalent of 10% of John's gross commissions, and Mary's bonus doesn't affect John at all because it isn't paid from his 70%. So if John is producing $50,000 a year, that's a realistic annual income. That's an additional $5,000 every year in Mary's pocket. That $5,000 quickly grows to a much higher number when you start multiplying it. If Mary sponsored, say, 10 people into Exit, all producing $50,000 a year, that's an extra $50,000 a year on top of her own commissions. Now imagine Mary's bank balance if John earned $75,000 or $100,000 a year. It sure adds up. By the way, when John's commission hits $100,000, his commission increases from 70% to 90%. The money is flowing everywhere. The great thing about sponsoring with Exit Realty is that when Mary decides to retire or take a break from real estate, her 10% residuals automatically turn into 7% retirement benefits. Finally, a real estate company that cares about your retirement. For as long as the agents that Mary sponsored continue working at Exit Realty and are closing deals, Mary will continue receiving the equivalent of 7% of their gross commissions. Plus, when you join Exit Realty, you designate someone special as your beneficiary, and should anything happen to you, all of your sponsoring residuals instantly turn into the equivalent of 5% beneficiary benefits, so your loved ones are taken care of. Exit Realty agents get a piece of the action from the 10% sponsoring residuals and true peace of mind from the 7% retirement benefits and 5% beneficiary benefits. So just imagine, if you sponsored 10 people into Exit Realty, each earning $100,000 a year, that's $1 million in your bank account in 10 years. Could you do anything with that? What are the chances of you having $1 million in your bank account doing what you're presently doing? And with Exit, you can be confident knowing that you're backed by a top award-winning brand with world-class training and digital marketing tools. A company that's dedicated to helping you and the agents you sponsor achieve success. Exit Realty is the formula that works. You owe it to yourself and your family to take a closer look.
Guys, we are back. We're on second segment of Exit Strategies radio show. Guys, we thank you so much for listening. Guys, we are continuing the conversation with Ms. Latoya Bates, Ms. Florence Peters with the City of Charleston. They are here. They're with us. They're having this conversation about money, opportunity for you all to either assist you with current home ownership or help you become a homeowner within the City of Charleston and its boundaries. All right. So, guys, this is a very, very good conversation. If you missed part one, again, please go back, go to exitstrategiesradioshow.com, our website. Please take a listen so you can find out about these programs. And if you want more information, we want you to contact Ms. Peters or Ms. Bates, but you also can contact us. We'll be glad to answer questions in between, but most importantly, make sure that you get in contact with them to get the complete picture of what is available. So before the break, Ms. Peters, you were telling us, and I told you, look here, you went to rattling off so many houses and projects and things that you guys are working on to create home ownership affordable, if you will, home ownership options within the City of Charleston. I was over here. I was like, man, I need my own pen to start writing all this stuff down. So I'm going to come back and listen to the recording myself. But if you don't mind, tell me, if you don't mind, I guess, what is the driving force for this program with the city? Why do you guys do this?
Well, the previous mayor, Mayor Riley, he had a vision for the city of Charleston. And with Charleston being a destination city, he wanted to make sure that no matter what your income, if you wanted to live in the city of Charleston, you would be able to live in the city of Charleston. So this program was started in 2004 when the city bought about 120 lots around the city, and they started to build houses and made it available and affordable for people of moderate income means. The subsidy allowed people to qualify because, as you know, the biggest thing with first-time home buyers is that down payment assistance. Is very hard for them to save that money. And by the way, the only amount of money we ask that they have in any deal in purchasing a house is $2,500. The rest of the money is provided for them. So, the mayor his vision is what you're seeing. The results of we've done 120 houses so far within the city. And, you look around, you could not tell if somebody did not point out a house, or if I didn't tell you to go to this address, you would not know that that was an affordable house in our program. It's seamless. It looks just like the neighborhood. No one could point out, because we do not build substandard housing.
Huh.
And that's very important, because it's home ownership and we want to make sure that people are successful. I just wanted to say, to be eligible for the program, you have to be a first-time home buyer. That does not mean that you've never owned a home, but it does mean that within the last 3 years of applying to the program, you should not have a house. We have another exception for people who get divorced, because sometimes you get divorced and you do not get the house. So for that spouse, they're recognized as a first-time home buyer.
Really?
We also recognize people who have an existing house, but it's so out of code and it's going to cost so much to bring it within the code that it's less expensive to build them a new house than to bring their current house up to code. We recognize such a person as a first-time home buyer. So those are the exceptions to our program.
So I'm going to work backwards. So what I just heard was that if Ms. Bates on a substantial side has an applicant whose home needs so much repair that you can't get it to where you need it, then possibly get that person out of that home and over onto the home ownership side, or a home purchase side with you, Ms. Peters. Is that what I understood?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. The second thing I heard, and for our listeners, I know somebody, all y'all ain't thinking, but some of y'all thought, well, look, when I kick him or her out, she'll qualify for this program. I know somebody thought that, because that's what went through my head for a second. Not that I'm kicking anybody out, but I kind of thought about that thing. So look here, if I know somebody who owned the ropes, I might need to bring them by to see you. Did I hear that right too?
You can. You heard that right.
So that is priceless. So that's interesting. You should even say that, because I did talk to. So let me frame the question a little bit differently as it relates to this particular thing, and not that we, want to encourage people. I'm joking here, guys. So please don't look at your spouse crazy and be like, well, at least you'll be all right. Don't do that to them. But in my thought process here, I just spoke to someone a few weeks ago about a property of one affordable unit. And, we're trying to meet the test on the first time home buyer, and they happen to be going through a divorce. And I can't remember if their situation was they weren't getting a house, or I think the spouse was buying them out, whatever it might have looked like. But let's say, for example, there is a separation or split or what have you, divorce. And in that particular scenario, they just sell the house and cash out. Would both people qualify?
If the house was sold and neither person got it, they both can qualify.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, look here. For our listeners, don't y'all be taking nobody to them people now. Don't be doing that. But anyway, we know if y'all end up there anyhow, there may be some options. So if you don't mind, Ms. Peters, again, thank you so much for what you do. I mean, for guys, we're having a good time here. We're having a conversation. But the reality is that these types of programs are not what you see on the front page. You don't see this stuff on the front page. My cousin, we was joking and talking about, what you oftentimes see in the media, and it's always negative. It's always, MDK for those who know what that is. It's always something negative, a negative connotation. They lead with that, but you don't hear about these programs that exist. When I first got into real estate and I first got exposed to, down payment programs and stuff, at that point in time, you could leverage, multiple places, but you could leverage up to 80. I think in some instances, I saw more than $80,000 of down payment assistance that went into some projects or some homes in order to help someone afford housing. And for our listeners, we know that the median price point in Charleston has skyrocketed. The average price point of homes in Charleston has skyrocketed. So these types of programs, guys, bring some balance, kind of put a little bit of weight back on the other side of the scale, to try to bring it back in favor of those who are willing to participate, qualified to participate, and ultimately are seeking to benefit from these types of programs. So Ms. Peters, Ms. Bates, thank you so much for what you guys do. So Ms. Peters, all these houses, y'all gonna have money available to help go in them. How does someone get in contact with you, or what is the process for someone who may want to apply for one of these programs or one of these homes?
Well, first, you would have to submit an application. The application can be found on the city's website, or you can call me at 843-724-7353 to request an application. You can also email me at petersf, that's PETERS, F as in Frank, at charleston-sc.gov, and I will send you an application. We accept application on an ongoing basis. When I get your application, I pull your credit to determine a starting point. If you are mortgage ready and we have a house available, you can start working with the lender immediately. If you are not ready, that is, you have credit issues, I will arrange for you to have free credit counseling at the Charleston Trident Urban League, or at Origins SC, or at Increasing Hope. We accept homebuyer education classes from all of those nonprofits. We think that they do a very good job, and if you follow through, you come out with a better credit score, you get a better interest, and a better opportunity to get one of our houses. All our houses and all our contracts have to be approved by the city council, so it takes a little bit longer than the normal 30 to 45 days. It's usually within 60 days from the time you sign the contract, you can close. But we have all the support in place to help our new homeowners or applicants become successful.
That is impressive. So, and I'm glad you added that piece in there in regards to, we have to understand that these programs don't function like traditional real estate, but they are designed to create an advantage for those who don't fit traditional real estate, who don't fit the traditional, situation as far as, pricing, price points, et cetera. Because buying a home downtown, even West Ashley, we talked about the house that, guys, that we now have under contract on Battery Avenue. The fact that that home is priced under $300,000, went across the street and up about 500 feet. They're building brand new houses that are similar in size, and they're in the $500,000-$600,000 price range. So, in order to be able to create affordability or enhance affordability, sometimes you got to step outside of the box. So thank you so much, guys, for what you do to help us be outside the box so we can create opportunities, or quote unquote opening the door. Because in order to be outside the box, you got to open the door. So you guys are opening the door to allow people to get in. So Ms. Peters, before we're quickly coming up on the end of our show, was there anything else that you'd like to drop for our listeners, you or Ms. Bates, as far as, the programs or opportunities you guys have coming up?
I would just like to say to our listeners, if you're interested in homeownership, please submit an application as soon as possible. People tend to wait until they see the project going up and then submit an application. But by the time you see the project being built, I already have the people for those houses being built. That's why we take application on an ongoing basis. So if you're interested, please submit your application so that we can work with you to get you qualified, so that as that house is being built, you can say that one over there, belongs to me. And of course, I can be reached at 843-724-7353, and I'll be more than happy to walk with you on this journey.
Oh, that is awesome. Ms. Bates, you have anything to add?
Absolutely. We have funding, and we are available to assist homeowners. So please give me a call, Latoya Bates, at 843-724-7348. And I can be reached at batesl@charleston-sc.gov. We do have funding, so please give me a call so I can give you an application.
Awesomeness. So to our listeners, well, first and foremost, to our guests, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule, your busy schedules. Because look here, I feel quite honored over here. I think I might just go play a dollar in the dream, as my cousin say, the lottery, because I think I won already, getting the two of you guys with us to have this conversation. It is an opportunity for our listeners. It's an opportunity for our community. You know, we're always having this conversation, guys, and most importantly, you all know our hashtag of legacy building. This is how we increase and build, if you will, our legacy. It's about information. It's about exchanges. It's about dialogue. And most importantly, it's about application. So we want you to take this information, the dialogue that we have, we want you to pull the information out of it. And we want you to apply this to your life. If you're a child and your parents are someone that fits the substantial or the roof repair program, City of Charleston, please reach out. If you are someone who is looking to purchase your first home, maybe you got whatever situation, divorce, whatever, and we ain't want to harp on that, but whatever your situation is, you qualify for these programs, or you want to know if you qualify, please reach out. Do not hesitate. Do not wait. The bus is always going. It's always loaded. And if you show up late, you will miss it. Now, sometimes another one comes along, but you all know at some point in time, the bus route stops. And at that point in time, you don't want to miss your opportunity. So again, for our listeners, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You know what I tell you. You know what I say. I love you. I love you. I love you. You know that. And I'm going to love you one more time. And we're going to see you out there in the streets. Ms. Peters, Ms. Bates, again, thank you guys so much for being here with us today. And we love you all too.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Corwin. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Guys, that was a great show today, and we thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Exit Strategies Radio Show. My name is Corwin J. Millett. Yes, that is me. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in for today's episode. Exit Strategies is my baby. It is how I give back to our community. It is how I foster goodwill, spread good news, and trustfully help you get great results. Guys, as I always say to you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And we're going to see you guys out there in the streets.